Ski Santa Fe has announced they are extending their season to middle of April. Management is happy about it, the people are happy about it, and we're happy about it because we get to show you how much fun it is out here in the snow. After Wednesday's storm, people in Clovis are seeing everything from overflowing waters in their local parks to damaged metal structures that have been torn from the storm. Hey Kira, that's right. So we are here in Ruidoso to show you the extent of what these floods have done since Tuesday. You can see there is a ton of debris around us and even cargo freight containers that have been washed away. Illegal migrant crossings are said to be very frequent, especially here at a part of the wall called the Anapra Gap. APD says they come across a variety of situations where sometimes they are required to use force, while people are trying to do their best to stay cool inside their homes. HVAC specialists are doing their best to battle the sun. So places like Cibola National Forest are used by people on a daily basis. And one of those concerns that people have is increased waste with the lack of staff. So we've been in the area for at least the last hour watching contractors work their magic to try to fix the sinkhole behind me. And as you can see, they've actually broken out the big guns to be able to clear some of that debris. And damage can still be seen, especially on people's properties with this massive tree that has just collapsed over itself. There was a lot of traffic blocking up US 285 North, and we can understand why. There's been a couple of collisions here for people that are trying to find their way to Los Alamos. Here in downtown Santa Fe, you can see there are thousands of people that have come out to protest for No King's Day. Many have brought their own signs, the American flag. There's an officer-involved shooting that took place not too long ago here at 98th and Central. I'm going to step out of the way just so I can show you what I'm talking about. We're seeing activity pretty much up and down this entire strip mall. The roads are currently closed off by multiple officials and agencies, and right behind me you can see they're filling up water to take care of this fire. Santa! I have a quick question. KOAT Action 7 News would like to speak with you real quick.
I don't know if he can hear us.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, he's like, are you kidding?
Yeah, it is hot. Every like 2 minutes before I'm wondering whether or not I'm going to go live, I'm wiping my face like this. I'm currently 60 plus feet off of the ground, trying not to lose my mind, but there are a number of homes that have been destroyed and burnt down. And in addition, there's a number of residents that have now been displaced from their homes. Good morning, New Mexico. I'm Julian Paras. And Belen Fire Department Lieutenant Chris Martinez and his wife, Janae, just adopted 1-year-old Michael, who was placed in Belen's Safe Haven baby box last year. I like that. I didn't see that.
Oh, the Superman pin.
I like that. That's nice. Hello and good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us again. We are still waiting for the script to pop up on our screen because right now we can only see ourselves. And there we go, happening today. We're breaking into this commercial as we continue to get new details in reaction to the death of New Mexico Governor and diplomat Bill Richardson. According to the Richardson Center for Global Engagement, Richardson died in his sleep at his summer home in Massachusetts. Target 7 investigation, we hear from one family whose father was deported, and we learn some migrants could appear in immigration court even if they've never committed any other crimes. The government shutdown approaching its 4th week with still no end in sight. KOAT is learning about a fight breaking out between a group of teenagers police say tried to steal items out of a soccer coach's car. You can always get our latest newscasts anytime on the free Very Local app. We'll see you again at 4. Up next is GMA 3.
Dozens of New Mexicans picking up arms today to protect that emergency order. Reporter Julian Paras shows us the rally taking place today and how people feel on both sides of the issue.
We all agree that the governor has overstepped her authority and is actually in violation of the law.
Stephen Garrett is one of many from this crowd of New Mexicans outraged by Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham's emergency order. Part of it imposing restrictions on firearms in public for the next 30 days. Many in attendance pushing back Sunday afternoon by displaying their own firearms and speaking one by one.
I don't know what her thought process was that she suddenly thought she could trample the Second Amendment. State
Representative Stephanie Lord and Sandoval County Commissioner Jay Block say they are aware of the penalties many of these people could face, but they say they are ready for the consequences, which may include fines of up to $5,000.
Absolutely. These people out here are patriots. They're constitutionalists. They love the Constitution.
We got a chance to speak with attorney Mark Caruso, who is working with Gun Owners for America, filing a lawsuit against the governor.
Enough is enough. And they were vocalizing what they felt about being deprived of their rights.
But not everyone agreed with the message. Orion Hopkins decided to speak his mind and challenged the rally. When we tried speaking with Hopkins, we had to relocate just to speak with him.
You're the media.
We've talked with every other gun owner that's here.
I don't care. Between the two of us? I don't care. This is all that's going to be heard.
We moved, and he was able to share his opinion.
I want that group of people to help us find a solution. All I heard was more guns and more people with guns.
He doesn't support the emergency order, but he does say there needs to be more discussion to find solutions rather than reason for conflict.
I want to know what the solution is, and I didn't hear the solution, and hopefully we can find one.
In Albuquerque, I'm Julian Paras, KOAT Action 7 News.
The damage is extensive.
We're looking at over 25,000 acres burned.
Wow.
We've got 980 houses that were burned, over 400 houses that have been lost in flooding like this.
The city of Ruidoso continues to build itself back up again. Marilyn Crawford says regardless of how much work is done in a day, any amount of rain that comes through undoes it all.
We start having massive floods, and so it just wipes out all the property, causes landslides. So we've got folks in here right now trying to secure the area best we can.
City officials and residents are still trying to pick up the pieces from the South Fork fire, the Salt fire, and multiple flash floods here in the area of Ruidoso. But it's not just them that have suffered, it's the city itself and the infrastructure that comes with it. Multiple bridges have collapsed due to flash flooding.
A lot of this is just, it's a mess, and then we clean it up and it's another mess.
Homes and the city aren't the only thing affected by this year's heavy wildfire and flooding. Insurance rates have skyrocketed for many people, like Lincoln County Commissioner John Crump.
2 years ago, I paid $1,865 for my homeowner's insurance. This year, I paid $5,800 for the same insurance.
United States Representative Melanie Stansberry says she's been working to get more funding to the area. In addition to working with White House leadership, she's been part of bringing $100 million to Ruidoso. Although it will help areas the city needs, she says the work is far from over.
I mean, you're looking at hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars in damages, and it's just going to scratch the surface.
In Ruidoso, Julian Paras, KOAT Action 7 News.
An Albuquerque man says he's lucky to be alive after surviving severe gunshot wounds, but it came with a price.
Reporter Julian Potter shares the story of Xavier Vasquez and the message he wants to spread to the community.
When I got shot, honestly, man, I seen my whole life flash like through my eyes.
Xavier Vasquez found himself in a situation he said was avoidable. 15 years old, ready for a fight, but a gun was pulled on him.
And I was young, you know, and when you're at that age, you really don't think of stuff, you know, you don't think about the consequences that are going to come.
His consequence, being paralyzed after being shot. But in time, he says he learned from his mistakes and found a way to bounce back better.
What I do is I share my story in hopes that, you know, the kids really listen and take the message that I'm trying to give to them.
He's been working with New Mexicans to prevent gun violence, talking with youth in local schools.
It's a story of strength, resilience, and most importantly, forgiveness.
Miranda Viscoli with the organization says most recent data shows gun violence spiked 20% in 2021. She expects 2022 numbers to be even higher. Viscoli says she understands it's an issue that can't be solved overnight, but believes people like Xavier can help spread an important message.
But we also need to do things like get people like Xavier in our classrooms, speaking to our youth.
I don't feel like just one school needs to hear it. I feel like every single school needs to hear it. I feel like now I found my purpose, and we all come to this world with a purpose, and I found mine, so this is what makes me happy.